YouTube and Facebook. Here we go. We are here tonight live. Thank you very much for everyone joining us. If you're watching now or on repeat, whatever, thanks for tuning in. We're here with Triple Kill. Nikki and myself have been joined by the entire band. So this is the biggest streaming that we've done yet. How is everyone?
Good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Good, man.
Great, dude.
Doing good, man.
Now, it's going to take us a minute to get used to so many people being on the stream and trying to see who talks to who and when and what stuff, but I'm sure we'll have a lot of laughs with that along the way. As
we can start shouting over one another if you like. Like we're pretty.
It'll probably just be
pretty
Donna,
adept
yeah.
at that.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So for those who don't know, we'll start with Anthony up the top there, but introduce yourselves to the people watching at home and what your role is within Triple Kill.
Hi, everybody. My name is Anthony Comain, and I play guitar in Triple Kill. Who's next?
It's Ethan.
Oh, just me? I
don't know. You're left
right.
on my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hi, my name's Ethan. I play bass.
Oh, hey, I'm Mackie. I play guitar.
Rodney, sing.
And I'm Connor. I play drums and I do the videos for the band.
Yes. Cool. Well, I'm going to throw it to Nikki and I'll keep monitoring. So if you've got any questions or comments, then feel free to fire away. I'll try and find a way to interject them as we go along. But otherwise, Nikki has a lot of questions lined up, and if she drops out, then I'll take over. But go for it, Nikki.
All right. The first question I have to ask, you made rather the announcement this week. How the fuck do you know Dan Andrews, and how long have you been a fan of the band?
Can I field this one?
Yeah, no, I was just assuming this was your question.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is going to shock you. We don't know Dan Andrews. That wasn't him. That was me doing a shit impression.
No!
Sorry, hang on. I have a censor button here.
He did like
Let's
a full
let's pretend that was...
thing.
Yeah. Yes, we made quite the announcement with the help of our friend Dan. And we also, I feel, owe you, Nikki, and potentially some other people a little apology for scaring the piss out of you. Is that correct?
Mate, seriously, I had anxiety. So just to fill the viewers here, there was an announcement made on this band page last week sometime, and it was pretty much something serious has happened. It's going to affect the future of Triple Kill. We've got the relevant people standing by to confirm. We're going to have a trusted advisor fill you in on what's going on, and we'll be back in touch, signed Triple Kill Management. And clearly I was not having a good day, because this was the same day that Dave left Ablaze, Mick left Lethal Vendetta, fucking shit's going hectic. Then I see this post and I've lost my mind. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So why don't you tell me?
Can I explain a bit of the like thinking behind that, just to have it on record? Okay. Here's what happened. So this gig that's coming up on Friday, the single launch for this song that we've put out, has been such a long time coming. It started out as this Wacken Battle of the Bands show. That got postponed. That was supposed to be happening in 2020. That got postponed to 2021. And then as it starts creeping up to that date, it gets postponed again. And Bailey, the promoter, gets in touch with us and says, well, you can have the spot. You can organize your own show. And we're like, okay. So we take the reins. It gets rebranded, rebooked. It's now a Triple Kill show. Yay. Age of COVID Variety Hour show.
Is that when it turned into Age of COVID?
Yes, that was the Age of COVID. So it turned into the Age of COVID Variety Hour. We thought, haha, funny, like name it after the ongoing pandemic. That's cheeky. That won't come back to bite us in the ass. Gets postponed due to COVID. And who saw that coming? So it gets postponed, and we think, oh shit, like what can we do to make this show even bigger for the people who have bought tickets? It's a sold out show. Who knows? Maybe the capacity will get lifted as well. It'd be great to have something cool for those people and for anyone else who can come along. Let's put one of these songs out. We've got some new material we've been working on. We've been lucky enough to record some of it with Chris and Malco. Let's put one of those songs out. Let's do an impromptu single drop launch thing and rebrand the show another time. That'll be fun. So we're like, all right, I've got an idea for a music video, but we won't have time to see that to fruition. So let's get a lyric video out. But lyric videos as a general rule are kind of daggy, and if we can avoid being unintentionally daggy, we'd like to do that. And if we can find a way to make a joke or get a laugh at our own expense, of course, we'd like to do that. So, okay, I have this idea. Let's make it in the form of a PSA, like a COVID style PSA, but the announcement isn't about the gig being postponed due to COVID or cancelled or anything like that. It's that we've got a new song and that we're sincerely sorry about our attempts to maintain relevance being shit. Like that's the bit we were trying to set up. And so yeah. So I make this video, I send it to the boys and they're like, yeah, this is great. All right, how do we promote this? All bands do the, hey, big things coming, watch this space. Watch this space, winking emoji. And it's kind of played out. It's a meme at this point. So we thought, well, let's avoid that. Let's tease this surprise single drop in the style of a very serious governmental PSA. But we don't want people to think there's actually something wrong with the gig. So let's be really vague about it. Let's make sure it's vaguely worded. So people don't panic that the gig isn't going to happen. We may have taken it. This is where we went wrong. This is where we went wrong. We went a little too vague, and we worded it in a way that we were like, this is really funny because we have context for what's coming, and what's coming is a goofy Dan Andrews impression and a new song. So like we've come to some realizations. We've received some news. The news is that we've realized that putting out hoodies in the middle of summer and naming a comeback show after an ongoing pandemic was a dumb idea. And the relevant parties is Dan Andrews. That seemed really funny. We all read the status. We had 5 sets of human eyes and 5 relatively well-functioning human minds looking at this status going, yeah, this is fine. This won't blow up in our faces. This won't send anybody into fits of anxiety. This is fine. And as soon as we posted it, within like 15 minutes, we were like, oh. So
because that was actually one of my questions, Connor. Were you surprised at the response? Because there was a few people that were switched on and kind of went, this is fucking triple kill, dickheads. Expect anything. But there was a lot of good citizens, myself included.
Yeah.
Genuine supportive keepers. They were quite concerned about what was going on. Did you expect that? I think
no, we didn't expect people to assume the worst, but that's just because we had full context for what was coming out. We were kind of, I guess, like in a place where we were all kind of riding high, excited about this thing. Like, I think if any other band had put up a status like that, I would have assumed the worst as well, because it's like we've just gotten through a ridiculous year. I think everybody is has been conditioned for the time being to expect the worst. So I don't think it's like silly that people responded that way. And I mean, we have apologized as much in follow-up posts and clarifying to people. And anybody who reached out, we're like, no, there's really nothing to worry about. And sorry to stress you. Because it was not at all the intention. It was just a case of, we weren't in that headspace and we had the context and, but I'm not surprised at all. Really big, sincere fucking whoops from us, dude. But I think the thing that was like also a bit, I don't know, concerning might not be the right word. Another thing was a couple of people messaged saying, hey, like, okay, you've said there's nothing wrong, but like, what's the bit you're setting up here? Are you like taking the piss out of much more serious situations? Like, I think the day that we put that status up, there was like some pretty unfortunate stuff announced about like, bands and stuff like that. It was like, are you making light of these sorts of situations? And I mean, I had to be like, no, absolutely not. And I think our track record with like taking the piss out of ourselves first and foremost kind of speaks for itself. We would never like make a joke at the expense of something actually serious. Like we're much more interested in beating ourselves with a comedic shovel.
You should see the comments that I've got coming through on that.
Really?
Yeah, let me.
Am I in trouble?
Triple kill
No, not yet. So Kelsey's jumped in and said, hey, look, 5 of my favorite
Hey.
people. Then she's gone, okay,
Hey, Kels.
Connor, please explain. You also said
I
great
think she had
t-shirt.
7 of her favourite people, but that's okay.
Yeah. But then she's also said, yeah, thanks for the panic attack and anxiety.
You're welcome. It's past now.
Tom Coombs thought it
Every
was all
second.
worth for such a tune.
Legend.
He also says you deserve a severe reprimand. Uh,
Don't know what
Laurie
that
White
word
says it's a ripper video, so well done on the video.
That's good.
And Terry has jumped in to say, hey, guys. So, hey to Terry. And also, Michael
Terry.
has jumped up to say, in light of the scare that you gave us recently, we collectively shat our pants. What colour undies do you suggest we wear to future-proof further announcements?
Uh,
I have this. I have this
yeah,
answer.
go, please.
Have you heard of Step One undies? You can get a cotton
my-
candy flavored one now.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a highlight pink one.
Oh, but it doesn't taste like cotton candy.
Why would I want undies that taste like
Well,
cotton
that's
candy?
why I was like, what the fuck?
Well, you did say
that?
flavored.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. Like a
Ethan.
scratchy
No, yeah,
stick.
that's on me. That's on me. Yeah, sorry.
Just, I'm wearing Step 1 undies right now, bro.
Yeah, same.
Just,
Yeah,
all right, good.
I'm usually-
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Snack later on, obviously.
Wearing stuff.
Maybe
yeah,
that
but
could be
like,
your next marketing line. We were talking about T-shirts before. Maybe you can bring out the Step One bamboo fucking got your boys sorted jocks.
maybe.
If they
Like,
pay
I
us
can
lots
only,
of
I can
money.
only
Yeah, I was
imagine.
gonna say yeah.
I can only imagine what unfortunate way we'll manage to announce that.
Honest God.
Yeah.
Green boy no longer.
But yeah,
Green boy
to like
undies.
to wrap that up, that topic up, we're sorry. Legitimately, like it was not at all our intention to freak people out. And if we could do that again, if we could go back with the hindsight that we had all of 15 minutes after posting the fucking thing, we would do it differently.
Would we?
But people's response afterwards was really good. People seemed like they got the that we weren't, there was no malicious intent, and what we were actually setting up was goofy and true to what we usually put out, and people seemed okay with it. So, yo,
There you
crisis
go.
averted.
And to round it off, Michael's jumped back in. Hang on, Nikki. Michael's jumped back in and said, claps, I'm going to wear these to Ragnarok next time. Step 1 undies. There you go.
I will take that check. Thank you.
Hey, Nikki?
I actually want to ask a serious question. I know, right? And this
Oh,
one's
I'm
probably
not serious.
more to Anth, but I'm happy for all of you to chip in and contribute to it. I really wanted to talk about the new song. It's amazing. I love it. We're going to talk about Halo 3. We're going to talk about the backstory. But Anth, something that you put up really intrigued me, and I felt that maybe the songwriting process for this song was quite different to what you've done before. And I'd really love you to expand on that if you don't mind.
Yeah, so this giant global event happened that stopped us from being able to see each other in person. So we needed to find ways to write music together that was still kind of, like intuitive and together and such. And so basically when like somebody has a new idea for a song, they'll like come up with one thing and they'll send it to the chat, and then like we have a band chat, and that one thing this time was Connor's drums, like in the intro, like the really syncopated rhythms. And he sent those through, and he's like, oh, maybe hit like a 12-foot ninja kind of thing on this, and then we'll see. And then basically I took it from there to like, I don't know, like get a 12-foot ninja kind of sound that sort of evolved into something that kind of sounded like kind of more glorious. And I went really chordy on it. And we always like to joke about what we're going to write our songs about. And this is one of those ones where it started as like, oh, it'd be funny to finally have the Halo song. But then we were like, actually, no, that's kind of cool. So maybe we should just do that. So the next step in that process, now that we had sort of identified that this song had something to do with Halo, I went really hard on my research, and I listened to lots of Martin O'Donnell's scores. If you don't know, Martin O'Donnell did the original soundtracks for all of the games. and I just found songs that had parts in there that I really liked, you know, like flurries and like really melodic arpeggiated chords, and even just like the really traditional like da 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 like that from the Halo soundtrack. I wanted to just include those in places everywhere, and I did. And if you like listen really closely throughout the song, you can hear them in the background, like I don't know, for example, right after the 12-foot ninja bit, you go into like this sort of Iron Maiden-y runny sort of thing, which is sort of from the main Finish the Fight score. Yeah, and then to top that off, once I sort of had these little motifs that I was sort of like interested in the song, I went to Facebook and I said, "Hey friends, let's talk about Halo. Like, tell me your experience with Halo, like your favorite map and stuff," to kind of like find a theme to kind of give the song some character. And I had a few friends message me personally a lot of lore videos that I shared with Rodney, and basically he took it from there with the lyrics. And yeah, it was actually a really long process. That song took a really long time to write. So.
Okay.
But yeah,
would it be fair to say from all of you that it's a fairly different sound to what we're used to? I think Triple Kill do grow and evolve, but this song in particular was quite different, I found. And Rodney, I'd love some of your insight as to the songwriting process behind it. Like, tell me about that.
Not gonna lie, my memory's not the best. But with like lyrics, the first
Good
sort of
lyricist.
right. The first verse, like coming in, kind of came pretty naturally. It just sort of like felt right, and that whole first bit was just kind of based on a scene in the first game where you're watching a past like flashback sort of video thing where the Flood have like a sort of killing all the Marines, and they're just panicking. There's this one guy who survives, and he's just like, "Oh dear God, what is happening?" And that whole bit's just sort of based on him. And then it's just kind of each bit, I just kind of almost based the lyrics around a different part of the games or the story. It's also it was real good just singing wise, because this is the first track we've released since I started getting vocal lessons. So it's a lot like I sort of knew what I was doing, or like had different techniques to do for this song, which was really fun. And it's been great seeing the response to that and stuff. Like, makes me feel good knowing that people are like, "Ooh, you sound good." Yeah. Yeah, otherwise just yeah.
Whose
Just the
idea
usual.
was it to write a song about Halo 3? Where did that come from? Connor, are we looking at you?
No, I actually wrote so I had like the first minute and a half, like Anth said, like drum wise, like structurally I had like a intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, just drum wise that I sent through to him. And originally I'd imagine this song being something about Batman.
that is just bass though, dude.
No, because I don't like these songs about Batman. It's like, you're the drummer, bro. Stay in your lane. No, the Halo thing came up, and I think that was around the time that we were jamming it, and you came up with that like kind of firefighty riff that like like it sounded like blast beaty and stuff, and it just sounded like, yeah, this is assault rifles and needlers going off, like this is warfare, dude. And someone, I feel like it was either Anth, Rods, or Ethan. I really can't recall. Somebody just pitched the idea of it being Halo.
Happened. We were just in the room together, and it was just like, it sounds familiar, and then it was just one of us just went, sounds like Halo, and then all of us were just like, it does, yeah. And so it just kind of happened. It birthed off of just that, which that has been how a lot of our songs have worked out.
Yeah. It's like Blades was literally just like, let's write a song about Beyblades.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Actually, all right, stop it. I'm throwing the rule book away. I have questions about Beyblades. So many.
Hang on, Nikki, give me 1 second. Nikki,
sorry,
1 second. That's right. Just 1 second, because we've got some comments here. So Guy Clark's jumped in saying, "Watch with boys."
I promise nothing.
That's our wizard / shoe thief in the chat.
You should do yourself a favor and ban him from the Hard Rock Show's Facebook page.
No. He's a gift. He must not be silenced.
He can't.
It gets
be
worse if
silenced.
we do.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh,
I
we've
just
lost
wanted to
old mate.
Yeah, we have.
say why
Yeah, but
we've
it's frozen
got
on a very warm smile, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add on the songwriting question that Nikki was saying that, that how we've kind of evolved between our other stuff to this, and that's mostly because our first album took a short amount of time to write. We were more interested in having some songs that we loved being on an album together with other songs that we love and just putting that out. And this time I think we've decided to focus like very specifically on every song and sort of elaborate on it and kind of ask like what parts it's going to tell and like what purpose it's going to play.
Yeah. I think too, like we with the album as Anthony, you've mentioned on like the doco thing that we put up on YouTube, and it was part of our first album, like a DVD. Like we set ourselves a deadline with that first album. We booked the studio time and went, all right, let's write an album. Like in the space of however many months it was, like let's say 4 or 5 months, to be generous. And we got it done. And then kind of when it's like it's afforded us so many cool opportunities on the back of that. I mean, we got to open for Ailstorm. I don't think we would have gotten that opportunity if we didn't have an album under our belt. But like when it's come time to go, all right, let's start writing album 2, we're not setting ourselves a deadline so strictly. We're really taking our time with it, and we're looking at the stuff that we feel like has stood the test of time the most on the first album, and the stuff that we are the most excited by on the first album, the stuff we feel like we did the best, and trying to consolidate that into something new and cohesive, and and working with Chris, I think we can all agree has been excellent this time around as well, and he's really helped us like hone that sound. Like the couple of tracks that we've recorded so far, and the rest of the songs that we've kind of got skeletons for so far, are all sounding really, really cool. So yeah,
I think we've also just grown as musicians. So
Yeah.
with that comes different sounds.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nicky, I didn't cut you off, man. But like, as
No,
someone
that's
who's
all right. I
been
even got the
watching
first
you for
name.
years,
Yeah.
no, sorry, Mackie. Please expand on
you're
that,
right.
because I truly feel, as someone who's watched you perform over the years, you've grown so much.
Oh, I just think we all work very hard on our craft, and like once we saw what can happen to hard
Mackie,
work.
she was referring to your muscles.
That's all you, big boy. I think we just, once we figured out what we want to do, and we all have the exact same amount of drive, we just practice. We're constantly all sharing different shit and checking out new stuff that, like, there may be things Anth listens to that I normally don't. He'll send it to me and I'm like, this is fucking sick, and then vice versa, and we all just go down these big massive rabbit holes and try to figure out how to add that into our playing and shit.
I feel like we're all making a concerted effort to listen to the stuff that excites each other a little bit more on this stuff as well, like get kind of on the same page for what's driving us. And had something else, but the short-term memory is just gone. So somebody else say
Wonder
something.
why.
Yeah, I feel like to add to Connor's point, like some of the influences that we're drawing on are going to be super audible in the second album. Like just on the top of my head, like the Black Dahlia Murder especially is just going to be, this is going to be a whole song where you're going to be like, what the fuck, that's Black Dahlia worship.
Dahlia worship,
lots of hate breed.
Christ, I'm trying to think what that point I was going to make was. It'll come back to me. Whatever. If I hit myself in the head enough, maybe it'll come back.
Well, I need to revisit the past just for 1 second. Blades for me is one of my absolute personal favorites, and even though I love Age of Rebellion, it's incredible. when I'm at a gig, I want to do Let It Rip. I just want to fucking go nuts to that song. And I truly hope whoever kicked Rodney in the nuts after the breakdown when he wails Let It Rip, oh, so good, Rodney.
You're welcome.
So good.
Yeah, of course that was a Mackie kick. Like a pendulum.
Mackie!
Just launched him.
What I want to say is I love the growth and the evolution and the change that coming, and I really want to talk about the new stuff, but I really want to hang on to that old stuff too. Like, will Blades always be part of your live set, or maybe not?
We'll be
Well,
there, I suppose.
It's our most listened to song on Spotify, so if we
I
if we
feel
go
like
through that, give people what they want.
yeah, and I think the bands that we came up listening to or are most inspired by have that song or like a song like that. Like if I think of like Lamb of God, Black Label is from their first album.
Seek and Destroy.
Yeah, Seek and Destroy. Absolutely, like those songs that they will just their live show staples. I don't see Blades going the way of the rest of the EP. Like we haven't played a lot of stuff from the EP other than Blades for a long time. Just because I think the stuff that we're writing more of is just more exciting for us to play for the time being. But I feel like Blades will probably be a constant because I mean people don't seem to be sick of it yet. They seem like it still seems like it's a gateway for a lot of people to us. They see the video or they just see a song that's about Beyblades and it's such a weird niche thing that they're like, oh cool, you're the Beyblade band. So I guess we're the Beyblade band for the foreseeable future.
I think everyone sort of expects
You
it to
know
be
what?
the
The song
finished song
actually
as well.
genuinely rocks. That's what it is for me. I just the song is just amazing. So what's coming?
Dumb luck
forward in
that happened to be
future?
the first song we recorded. You know, we could have recorded something shit. You know?
And for anyone watching out there who's not familiar with Triple Kill, like you need to unfuck that, get on the YouTube channel and actually watch their videos. They're incredible. The songs are outstanding, but the storylines behind the videos are just next level. And poor Andrew, every time we have a Hard Rock Show special where we do video clips, not a word of a lie, you are my most requested band. I always pick Triple Kill. Is that
cool,
not
buddy.
Andrew?
All time.
You're like, the song's
Hey.
fine, but I could do without the 5 minutes of exposition leading up to it.
Oh, I cut that.
Oh, glad to hear it, man. I didn't fucking spit over that.
It's a complex program, though, dude.
I'm taking the piss.
So did I hear something that you've got a couple of songs recorded already? So I'm guessing album number 2 is cooking as we speak. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd say at the moment we've got two songs recorded, and then we've got maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 songs that are kind of skeletons structurally kind of there, and then a few other songs that are just kind of in the idea stage. But I think like feasibly album 2 this year is looking doable. But again, we're not setting ourselves a hard and fast deadline.
Yeah, I just want to add on that. The reason why there's there's a few songs. Sorry, I said 2. There's more than 2. The reason why there's a few songs already and the rest isn't recorded is actually because of during lockdown early stages, the Victorian government had this program through Creative Victoria that allowed artists to apply for sustaining the creative industry musicians fund. And basically it was one of those things where when everybody saw it, they were like, please just tell everyone you know to go apply, because it's a good way to secure yourself some money. They're not expecting anything from you in return, and it's a good way to go and like ask the government for a bit of cash that you never have to pay back. And I didn't even tell the guys that I applied. And I just applied for the full amount because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, heavy metal is worth it. Victoria,
Absolutely.
what are you not spending the money on? Like, and
What, you don't like riffs? What the fuck, man?
they must have got the email scratching their head like, yeah, I like riffs, dude. It's $5,000.
We're sorry, we're not rich.
Yeah.
So the government gave us a bunch of money, and the best way to use that
You
money
told them
was
Mackie would kneecap him if they didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I just
And they
Yeah,
appeared in
you
fine
know,
print.
dollars, you're getting lucky after.
yeah. So the government, they gave us like $5,000 and just sort of said like, oh, we'll keep in the loop of whatever you do with this money, as long as it's like, you know, going into the creative industry. And like straight away I was like, okay, and here's the receipt for Chris the Melko at Monolith Studios. There you go.
So just to be clear, Ant, you applied for this grant and you successfully won it. And did they pony up the cash straight away and you just went, here's Monolith Studios invoice? Like, was it
Yes,
quick?
literally.
Was it easy?
It was my only fast experience with the government ever. It was awesome. That's really cool.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah. And they had people assigned to Triple Kill to email constantly and just check in on us. They're like, have you spent our money yet? I'm like, yes, I have.
Was it at a state level or a federal level, Ant?
This was through Creative Victoria, so it was at a state level.
Thank you, Dan Andrews, and that's why he promoted your latest gig.
That's why we put him in the video.
It was $5,000.
Yeah,
He's actually going to introduce the gig on Friday.
Oh, spoilers, man! Shit.
Man, still in
One more.
hospital. Let's see how that works out.
Wheel
We're
him out
going
like
to talk
Dave Grohl.
about the gig coming up on Friday, but before we do, because we're live, so we will plug the gig on Friday, I want to ask you guys some questions. So I'm going to cast your mind back. Hang on, I have to refer to my notes. Okay.
Sure.
Heavy Metal Halloween, Quest Fest, Omnium Gatherum support with obviously our friends at Orpheus Omega.
Wait,
We
I've got a
talked about
theme.
Ailstorm.
Tight pants. We all wore tight pants at those shows. Is that what you're going to ask us about?
Obviously,
I wore a
knowing
fucking
Alvin
skirt. I didn't wear no
was-
tight.
Sorry, Nikki. Sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's all about me right now. Fuck Triple Kill. It's about me. No, this is around the ground. I want to hear from all of you. You have actually done some really epic gigs. Heavy Metal Halloween, Quest Fest, Omnium Gatherum, Ailstorm, your own album launch. I'd love to hear from all of you individually. What has been your favourite and most memorable gig so far and why? And we'll start from the bottom and work up. So, Connor, I can see you first.
I love that I'm on the bottom. Yeah, it feels good. I think the two shows that we've played at Max Watts. I said Hi-Fi
Yeah.
Bar. Which one is it?
Same.
Watts.
It's the same
Max
thing.
Watts.
Same shit. All right, it's Max Watts. Okay, the two shows we played at Max Watts, I think, have been unbelievable. The show we did with Lagerstein at the end of 2019 there felt incredible. That we had like an intro track to walk out to, and it was nearly the last show on that tour, and it felt like, you know, coming home and celebrating this wonderful thing with all our friends and family in Melbourne was surreal. Yeah, I would say that has probably, like, in recent memory, that's probably the highlight for me. Yeah.
Awesome. Rodney?
Yeah. I'd probably say like pretty much all the shows on the Lagerstein tour are some of my favorites. Not only because of just like playing the shows like ourselves and stuff, but also because I also got to be in the party parrot suit for in Lagerstein's set. So that was always fun, just being up there dancing like an idiot. Because I mean, like I do that anyway for our set, so why not? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's probably
awesome. Matthew?
It'd have to be a combination of either the Lagerstein tour, because it felt like we were all one giant big band. Like, obviously we're two separate bands, but you know, I couldn't walk into a room without every single member going "Mackie" in the fucking microphone. And probably just on a personal one, just Omnium Gatherum, because I remember when we played show with them, and I thought it was just insane. And I remember sitting down with their drummer that I like made pretty good mates with, and we were talking after the show, having a few beers, and I was like, man, I just want to be like you and make it. And he was just like, man, you already have. It was fucking just
Claire.
hearing something like that from such a successful musician. It was just uplifting as fuck.
Also,
So,
seeing all of them walking out of their back room with our shirts on was very like,
yeah.
Yeah, and we still occasionally will see posts on their Facebook page where they're repping Triple Kill, and it's like, whoa, cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I actually followed that tour around. I don't know if you remember, but I actually went to all those shows. It was pretty special. It was a special tour. It was amazing. Ethan.
Yeah, look, I mean, it was originally the Ailstorm show because Ailstorm have always been a big influence for me. But yeah, I got to go back on the Lagerstein tour because I don't know, something just felt right about that entire tour, and that band made us feel so welcome, but then also would just like they're better at peer pressure than I am, and that's saying something. Like, it was a Friday night. We had our gig on Saturday. And so Friday night, we had arrived, and I'm like, I'm so excited to sleep because I've been going back and forth between work and being on tour. And then I get a message that's just like, oh, hey, we're in the city having drinks. I'm like, oh, I just finished work. I'm going to go home. And they're like, yeah, cool. So we'll see you in like 5 minutes. And I was just like, I just ended up there.
To counter that point, Ethan, we did peer pressure them into eating dog food on stage.
I was going to say,
Yeah, that's very true.
we made them eat. We didn't make them. They chose to eat wet dog food.
hey,
The bet was dog food. They could have got the dry stuff. They could have they could have had a schmacko.
I forgot
hear
about
they're
that.
good. They ate out of a tin of wet dog food.
And a couple of them went back
I'm
for
sure
seconds.
Yeah, I'm sure their coats were lovely though.
Yeah.
So, Alex, are you going to reference a different tour or a different show, or are you going to go with Lagerstein as well?
No, I've got two different ones, and I'm just going to say them real quick. The Omnium Gatherum show, because the promotion that we did for that show was a little bit of like a put up or shut up thing from us, where we put out like the direct amount of ticket sales, and it ended up being.
I remember.
Yeah, it ended up being so successful that they asked us to stop selling tickets. And, what that meant for Triple Kill is other bands were suddenly like, oh, they sell tickets to gigs and we play gigs. So
Yeah.
That one.
Hey, there's the thing.
Yeah.
but also the other one of mine is the Ailstorm one, just because there's a video of us playing 500 Miles by the Proclaimers, and you can see the side of my dad's head in that video, and it looks like he's fucking crying. No, like seriously, he looks like he's crying because he's like proud of.
What a legend.
Oh, dude, that's so sweet.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say that was like significant because we played that song and introduced it as the Scottish national anthem.
I was going to quickly jump in here, if I can, before Connor goes. Just go and jump into some comments and see if it doesn't crash me out like last time. So Samuel O'Flynn has asked, are we going to get more thrash out of Mackie?
Yeah.
Try and stop him.
Yeah, I think too much this time around.
Where else? We've got Tom Coombs has gone, where is the other Connor?
Oh, the backup Connor. He's in the wings. He's in reserve.
Yeah, my other half is in the green room right now.
We'll get the other gig for you later on after this. What else we got here? Six Gatsby's going, great stuff, dig the new track. And run back here earlier on too. Kelsey Triven also said, proud of you all, the track is 15 out of 10. What else?
Yeah.
From Katana Cartel, who we had very recently on the show here as well. Much love and love the new song. So there's a good one from Stephen.
Oh, thanks, dude.
What else we got here? Okay, Kelsey was saying, eating butter chicken and hearing from my favourite Aussie band, getting excited for the new record. Good way to spend a Tuesday night. Glad you're here with us. Thank you for joining in. And back onto the video clip stuff. More exposition.
You're gonna like the next one. Trust me.
Yeah. We'll send you the timestamp to skip to for television.
I think real quick when we put out the video for The Alchemist, and it was like 6 minutes of exposition up front before getting into the actual music video. Bumped into a friend at the album launch, and they said to me, "You don't have to do that. Like it's enough already. Like yeah." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I'm doubling down, dude. I'm making a concerted effort to just
Dude,
give
it was-
more exposition.
I'd always wanted to eat a human heart, so we had to.
Yeah.
We got to submit the next one for the short film festival.
We totally should.
There you go.
I swear to God, Ethan, every time we do a clip show, I always pick The Alchemist, and Andrew must fucking swear at me and go, I have to like take off the first 6 minutes before I play the fucking tune because I run out of time.
We do have a
That's
performance
terrible.
cut.
After the show.
Hang on.
We do have a
That's
performance cut that you can
story.
use.
Yeah, there's one response to that though. Oh, Andrew. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh,
Oh.
baby.
We're sorry.
I can feel it. I can feel the sympathy oozing through the screen.
And could you legit fucking curse me when I pick The Alchemist and just go,
No,
oh my God,
Nikki,
that's half my show gone?
You do it all the time, and I'm used to it. So I just cut what I need to cut, and I move on.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
as
yeah.
much as I hate doing it, it's because TV constraints are a bit different, so I try and squeeze more in, and that's what I do to make that work. Finish the Fight is apparently literally sponsored by Daniel Andrews. That looks to be about the case, considering you're talking about.
I would
the
message him
fun-
about that. We haven't heard back from him. I would shoot him a message.
Okay.
I want
Honestly.
to talk to you, Anne, and Dan Andrews, just for you.
There you go.
Guy has also asked if Blades were so good, why isn't there Blades 2?
So
And there's a third one. They have Wesley
That's
Snipes
fair,
in them. They're
'cause-
sick.
Yeah, Blade 2's fucking off its dick.
Yeah.
A Pokemon song? Because I'm like a Pokemon freak. Could you?
No, we're not nerds.
Yeah, we're not gonna do
Fucking-
We're just
it.
weird.
Not
Different.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Not catching them all.
I'm
Yeah.
a loser right now. Such
Yeah.
a loser.
Why is Snoop-
Can we keep with more questions but leave this comment up just for
Hey, I'm down with that. I got to advertise,
Okay,
man.
I'll
I
come
can't
back to that
sell
in a
this.
second because you've got a couple here from Daggett. Daggett has said, yeah, going home, you're not. Because he also referenced the eating dog food. What
Yeah,
else?
yeah,
have we got here? Midnight screening of the next music video coming to a cinema near you. And Guy Clark's also, will we see a transition from video game inspired to anime inspired? Well, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
already happened.
We've got 2 anime-inspired songs on the
Obviously,
first album.
only listens to the songs he acts in.
Yeah,
All right, so I'm putting that comment back up. Nikki, go for it.
Thank you.
Oh, it's back on me. Ha 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 ha. All right, I'm going to reference a couple of random things. And it's really funny because I had this question written down earlier, but you guys have brought it to life tonight. What I had written down was Mason, 12-foot ninja. I think I see the Ascended on Rod. I definitely see Feasibility on Anth, I think it is. What I really love is you guys seem to genuinely support local music. And it's not just through the band T-shirts that I see in your clips. It's through seeing you at gigs, not your own gigs, other people's gigs. And I just wanted to ask you, how important is it for our local community, whether it's in Melbourne or Australia, to stick together? Because I really genuinely feel 12-foot ninja, like a Mackie. I really feel it's important that we all stick together, and I feel it's something that you guys particularly do well. Do you want to shed any light on your love for the local scene? Because, as I said, if you go through any Triple Kill film clip, you will see one of you guys wearing a local band T-shirt.
Do you mind if I start? Because I've got to duck out at about 8:20.
Yeah, and also give me things plug too, mate.
Yeah, sure. So I've got to duck out at about 8:20. I've got a stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/CHUNEZTV, Tunes TV. It's a weekly stream that myself and Luke Ashley from Trigger, another Melbourne band, who are also playing on Friday, host. It's a music discussion show. We're going to be talking, deep diving on Rob Zombie's discography tonight, including his new release. And then we'll be playing some video games and talking shit. But in response to your question, I think it's... I think we all feel really honored to be a part of this scene and to be contributing on any level, not just because it's the scene and it's our scene and all that stuff. It's heavy metal. It's metal. It's to be contributing to the overall overarching story of, you know, heavy metal on any level, I think is really exciting to each of us. And I remembered the point I was going to say before. It was pertaining to the scene. You said about our music evolving, and Mackie said, that we're all kind of, just getting better at our instruments, I guess, and trying to get better at our craft. You kind of have to do that. The local scene is full of world-class bands and world-class players. You can't afford to rest on your laurels or just, hope that a rock star attitude can get you by. Like, you got to knuckle down, and yeah, I think it is important to support your local scene. And I feel like, I don't really see anyone in the scene not doing that. I think everyone's there to do exactly what we're doing. We're all just excited to be, a funny little footnote in the annals of heavy metal, dude. They might sound trite or oversimplistic, but I think that's the truth for me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. I know personally for me, it's just like a sense of brotherhood, or like, everyone brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever you want to call it. But
community.
Community. Like you get to go to a place where everyone shares the same interest, and like it's just a bunch of people in a room just vibing the same shit. And it's just always a good time. Like everyone's rocking out to riffs, they're headbanging to riffs, or they're getting their mind blown by solos, or like whatever it may be. You just feel connection, and it's I don't know. I just know, like when I'm having those off days, when I'm having them shit days, I'm like, fuck, just can't wait to get back at a gig, see everyone I know, hug them, hello, have a beer. Like, just it kind of takes you away from all the bullshit. Yeah, that's my take on it. And obviously what Connor said, like, fuck, have fun if all you're going to do is play power chords forever in the Melbourne scene when you got absolute weapons out there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I would say too, just like one more thing, is I think I really idealize the image of heavy metal scene in like docos and stuff that I absorbed when I was first getting into heavy metal. Like in like Metal Headbangers Journey or Global Metal and stuff, these things that would show these communities and would really and I think bands like Slipknot do this really well. They lionize the fans. The fans are as much a part of the mythology. The punter is as much a part of the mythology of heavy metal as the bands. So before I got into Triple Kill, I was doing my best to contribute to our scene on some level by starting a heavy metal podcast with my friends. And we would interview local bands as if they were, the biggest bands on earth, because, they were our bands. So I don't know. I think, just getting excited about having a local scene is a good first step. The contribution comes naturally from there, I think.
Well, I think it's rubbed off, just to jump in here, because Mitch Riddle has jumped in and said the Triple Kill community is part of the reason I moved to Melbourne. So there you go. There's a feather in your cap.
Fuck yeah, Rids.
Who's next on the...
Ethan, Rods, Anth.
You guys pretty much answered it for me. I mean, I came from outside of Melbourne, so I was in the Canberra local scene. So we didn't really... All we had was the basement.
Oh, hello.
And that's all we had. So we just had like the local scene there. You didn't have much going on except for like youth centers and then that. And so then when I came down here, and it's just like, every second pub has a show on tonight. Like, what are you after? And so I was able to just go around to different venues and check it all out. It was insane down here. And so the metal scene just thrives down here. I've been here 7 years now.
Yeah, right. Awesome.
Okay. I'm going to duck out, guys. I just want to say, and I'm sure the boys will say the same thing, but thanks so much for having us on this. Like, talking about any contributions to the local scene. Like, thanks to you guys for having us on your show. That's such a cool platform and cool vehicle in our arena and stuff. Like, you guys do your part, and not by just showing up to gigs and stuff, by creating this space and this project and this community and stuff as well. So thanks for letting us be part of it.
No, all good. Most welcome.
And adore you guys. Can't wait to see you on Friday. Much love.
See you,
Have fun.
Back on.
Oh, just to jump in quickly, Daggett has also said everyone thinks the local band is the biggest band, and they're all right. So there you go.
That's nice.
There's a nice little nod to things there.
I have a conversation behind the scenes, and I don't mind admitting this. I think everyone on this call knows it already. Triple Kill are genuinely one of my favourite local bands. I genuinely dig your tunes. I think your songs are incredible. Your vocals, Rodney, my God, they're incredible. The guitars, bass, everything. I truly love this band, and I love them for the music. And why I mention this is I was talking to one of our crew behind the scenes, Andrew, and he was going, "You think Triple Kill's the biggest band in the world?" And I said, "You know what? In my world, they are. They really move me. Their songs are fucking incredible, and I would put The Alchemist beside Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner any day, and I'm a fucking massive Maiden fan.
There's some praise for you, boys.
But that song is so well crafted. It goes on a journey. It changes and it just evolves. And your music is truly special. And this guy was kind of going, "Oh, you think Triple Kill are it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking do, actually. It doesn't matter if they're local or not. Your tunes, your vocals, your music is incredible." And I really hope that if one person watches this show tonight who wasn't already a Triple Kill fan, I truly hope just one person goes out and checks them out on YouTube, on the fucking Spotify, whatever it is. And I hope you know that that's what your songs and your music mean to people like me.
Oh, we love you.
Yeah.
I'm too moved to say anything. Fucking Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah.
But if you know Iron Maiden and can set us up with a gig with them, we appreciate it.
Do what I can.
Don't know how we're gonna top that. Fuck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, get
Fucking
good rods.
set the bar. Jeez.
Take the compliment
thank
and know
you.
that that's what
Thank
your
you
tunes
very
mean to people.
Thank
And
you.
that's people who know you. Someone posted here already tonight that the Triple Kill family was one of the reasons they love the Melbourne music scene so much. I think it's fair and it's true. And it's not about their camaraderie and the mateship and that stuff. That stuff is also incredible. It's actually about the tunes. And I really want to implore people out there, go and listen to the songs. They're bloody incredible. Please do. And on that note, tell us about what's coming. So Friday night, we've got a bloody...
Yeah, cheers, Ritz.
Pretty much, yeah. Not gonna lie.
Just had to put that in there. But anyway.
Thanks, Mitch.
You want to answer that one?
What's coming? Okay, so on Friday we're having a single release show, and we got invited some amazing bands to come join us. Ironstone's going to be on there. A bunch of young guys there on the proggier side of metal, and they're phenomenal at it. Definitely get behind them. Come in early to catch those kids because they're going to be the next big old thing. We got Demon Head, who have come off like a great album launch just before COVID. COVID. And I'm sure I'm not the only one here who frosts that album. So
it's great.
without a smash. Trigger. I can say nothing but fantastic things about Trigger. Everyone loves Trigger. We will always try and get Trigger at any possible point. And the fact that they said yes to this show is still one of the coolest things. Thank you so much, Trigger, for playing. And anybody who hasn't heard of Trigger before, dude, Slaughterhouse. Hell yeah.
I have the backhands on that. Trigger are fucking amazing. Check them out. Amazing.
Yeah, and then we'll play whatever, and then there'll be a free show, free after party afterwards in the same venue. So you don't even have to leave. There's going to be metal DJs. There's going to be Ethan on the decks, spinning some tunes.
I haven't been. So last time I was doing this was when we did our Halloween party, like a couple of years ago, where it was Rods and I on stage. And so I'm just like, cool, this time it's just me.
Playing instruments, you can't go wrong.
I was going to say, playing an instrument's fine, but I mean, I'm just going to sit there like, just, got to get the right audience, get the right songs going. And I'm sitting here just being like, my music taste is eclectic at best. And stick around. That's all I can tell you.
It's going to be fun.
Well, Ethan, if you look at Anthony's t-shirt, Mackie's t-shirt, and Rod's t-shirt. There's a fucking playlist for you right there.
And the last
And
edition
Petra.
is DJ. Is it Slatanics?
Yeah.
I believe they're. I haven't seen them personally myself, so I don't know if Ethan you've seen them or if.
Yeah, dude, Satanic, absolute champion, and he's a local, been around to pretty much all our gigs, and so it's just like it's nice to have him up on the decks as well.
Yeah,
What
so
is it?
Kelsey, just gonna say, if they play Sandstorm, I'm with you, girl. I will go nuts to that as well. That would actually work.
Rod's just gonna do a rendition.
yeah, so there's actually
Barry's put enough of the K-pop as well in the comments. As well.
Yeah, see, that's the issue. This is what I'm not prepared. Like the people are not prepared for is my music taste, and yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, so if you're interested in coming, please do buy a ticket online because there's, as we were saying earlier, this has been moved 3 times. The lockdown restrictions have changed 3 times. We sold out really fast the first time. The second time they added a bunch more tickets and they sold out in a day. And now this is the 3rd time and they said they've doubled the capacity and everything up to 290 and there's 30 tickets left. So
Wow.
if you,
Well done, guys.
yeah. If you just want to get drunk and have fun, just grab a ticket and pass
Join
out on
us.
the screen or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
On the back of that, because I was one of the dickheads who went, I'll buy a ticket at the door, fail, sold out twice. I actually missed out twice. And I'm really lucky that a very kind person put me in touch with another person and I was able to buy a ticket, and you know who you are, so thank you very much. Do not be Nikki. Buy a ticket. It's going to be epic. We've got Ironstone, we've got Trigger, we've got bloody freaking Triple Kill. What more do you need? And I know I forgot
Please
someone.
don't be all I got was you complaining about not having a ticket all afterward.
I know. I was looking. I went, oh my God, I didn't buy a ticket. It's sold out. Blah. This is going to sell out. So don't be Nikki. I got lucky. I was hooked up. I bought a ticket. I was okay. There's 30 left. You need to buy one. It's going to be epic, and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be crunk, and you're all getting noogies, by the way. I don't know if I'm getting hardcore noogies, but you're in trouble.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Well, Daggett has said you'll take my ticket from the Wacken final from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Mitch has said I bought a ticket as soon as it was announced, and Guy has said it's okay. I bought 50 tickets and I'll be scalping for 100.
Surprised you still haven't banned Guy from the page.
It's entertaining for us right now. He'll follow you guys around and leave us alone afterwards. So it's all right. And Daggett has said scalping Guy, not a coward.
The gig is Friday, April the 2nd.
It is.
That's
Yeah,
Day
Friday.
Gold in East Brunswick. You
I
need
did
to
Good
get
Friday's
a
got
ticket.
2 meanings.
Yeah, the
Oh,
info is in the comments. There's an event link in the comments below, so check that out.
Don't be a dickhead. Buy a ticket now. Now. It's going to be fun, and here's some new tunes. Hey, so how many new songs, are you going to play at this gig? Obviously, we're going to hear the Fight to the Finish. Are you going to play one of the others?
We'll think about it.
Maybe.
Oh, you have to
We'll see.
turn up to find
Well,
out. Is that what I heard?
if we do, it'll be replacing Blades. So bang bang.
All right, here's the deal. How about this?
There you
We'll play a new song,
Ouch.
Nikki, if you can get us a gig with Iron Maiden.
I swear to God, you guys are trying to fucking kill me. If it's not for your fucking announcements with the whole mixed messages, what's going on, you rip my favourite song from under my feet, but then you tease something amazing. I'm tormented. I need counselling.
Well, we know that. That was before. Look, we are pretty much out of time. Is there anything that you would like to say to the people that have tuned in tonight or are going to watch or listen to this on replay later on, whether they're watching or listening on Spotify or whatever else have you? So just what do you want to say to the people that have tuned into this one tonight?
Go listen to Finish Fight. Get a ticket to the show. What did you say, Ethan?
I didn't say anything. It was Mackie.
Oh, what'd you say?
I just said keep being legends. Is that not allowed?
And support musicians, support live music, buy music, go to gigs, get t-shirts, because otherwise I have to work.
I want to quit my job.
Would you guys like to say anything before we go?
Oh my lord.
Yeah, just not just that. Just go listen to Finish the Fight. If you haven't yet, find our socials, youtube.com/triplekill. And yeah,
Rods.
buy a shirt, please.
Oh, just thanks to everyone for listening to our stuff and supporting us, and for being sick. You're all like everyone at gigs, and I see down there singing our songs is a legend, and I love you all.
I agree.
Yeah.
Supportive kisses to you all.
And get big muscles. That's the final.
And if you do want to check out the new single, I've just put that in the comments there as well. So the Spotify link is in the comments. Go and check out a new single while you're at it.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much. Good stuff.
Yep. Thank you, Hard Rock Show, for having us on.
No, you're most welcome. It's an absolute pleasure. Nikki, you take over. We'll sign off with you because you're the one that organised this one. I'm just here to facilitate things. So you go for it.
Drink up, rock on, listen to Finish to the Fight. Go and find Triple Kill on any social media you can. They're incredible. And I'd really love to have a drink with you all at the show on April the 2nd. They are bloody incredible. Get on it. I'll put my rep on it. They are amazing. And thank you, boys, for coming as well. It's amazing.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cheers for taking the time out on Tuesday. Yeah, it's an interesting one, but everyone's enjoying these ones, and someone's got a microwave going off. I think someone's hungry for dinner.
Surprise! No surprise.
The biggest of the lot. There we go. Of course. All right. But thank you all so much for sitting down and taking a minute to do this with us tonight. It's been really fun catching up with you guys. I'd like to do it all again very soon. I think there's a lot more we've yet to cover, so we'll organise another catch-up like this in the future, I think, when there's more going on. And Connor's jumped in just saying thanks for having me on. Another shameless plug. Go and check out his show. He's on there now. When we go and hit up Tunes, have a look at that on Twitch for everyone out there tonight. But yeah, yeah. Thanks to you guys for jumping in tonight, and thanks to everyone out there for tuning in. And whether you're watching this live or on repeat later on, thanks for checking it out. Hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen here tonight. But follow the band, follow us, all the usual stuff, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. But yeah, I'm going to switch us off now, so give us a moment to take care of that. So, gives me a bit of a... all right.